All right. So, welcome everybody to our Horizen Weekly Insider number 133rd. Today is Monday, April 25th of 2022, the last Monday of April. So, super excited about that. We are live on Discord and YouTube as usual. Thank you everybody for joining us, and please be aware that we are recording this call and you can also check it out later in our Horizen podcast. Also, please remember to ask your questions on Menti for the team. We're going to be posting here the link so we can pick the top three at the end and answer your questions. All right, let's see. So, our team in Milan is out of office today, so I'll be providing the engineering and some of the product updates for you all today. So, let's get started. For what regards Sendu, last week we had a successful hard fork activation on mainnet. In particular, the hard fork activated on April 19 as expected. All went very smooth and fine. So once again, we would like to thank you all, to thank all of our partners for their continued support. On the SDK side, we have reviewed the changes for a particular feature of backup, and this is in progress as well. We continue the development of the open stake transaction, and this is almost finished, so almost ready for review as well. We have several other different tasks, such as the design of the fee rate concept usage, and research is now complete. As well, we have applied minor changes to the documentation of the SDK, which is very important for us, and we continue with the design of the EVM sidechain version number 1. So let's see, on the proving system side, we addressed change request after the second round of code review of the T-DLOG accumulator Marlin. We started the implementation of the gadget for the succinct verification of the T-DLOG accumulator Marlin proofs inside the circuit. We also applied the changes coming from the code review for the gadget of the unsigned integers. We also finalized the refactoring of the Ginger Leap. And last but not least, we also finished the design of the PCD scheme. So this week we aim to start with the development. That's it for what regards engineering updates. And just a couple of quick ones regarding product department. So we are now going through the deployment, several and various deployment processes for our tokenization platform V1. So that's ongoing. And we are also finishing some last changes and just updates for all of the different components of our tokenization platform. So expect more news on that to come very, very soon. All right, so I'll pass it out now to Lucy to give us the marketing updates.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. So Erica gave a really, great report about the Paris Blockchain Week Summit last week. So I'm just really happy to say that we were quite popular at the event. People wanted to learn more about what we are working on right now and what's coming next, and tokenments, the tokenization platform, everything. People wanted to learn more about, a lot of them are working on their own projects and very interested in exploring partnership opportunities with us or bringing their projects into the Horizen ecosystem. So we have a really long list of contacts from the event. I think our BD team will be extra busy in the coming weeks and months. Rohan, actually the head of our BD, already have some interviews and speaking opportunities lined up. And he will be doing an interview with an event called Reimagine later this week. So overall, it was really nice talking to so many people in person who are excited about what we are doing. Really, like most of the time we all work remote. I would say 99% of the time, but really and we do it very effectively and efficiently. But the face-to-face connection in real life is still something that can't be replaced. So our next event exhibition will be in Consensus in June. So that will be in Austin, Texas. We are one of the event sponsors. So we will have a beautiful booth there. Rob will be speaking, and we will have some dedicated sessions during the event as well. So a lot of exciting activities. So we would love to meet you there. And we have a special code that we are sharing on social media that you can use to get a discounted rate for event tickets. So if you're interested, check it out. So lastly, we are aggressively hiring. Just another reminder. So if you or someone else, someone that you know who are looking for career opportunities in crypto, check out our job board, and we have open positions in all divisions. That's it from me. Back to you, Angie.
Thank you so much, Lucy. All right, now I'll pass the word to Dean to give us the leadership updates today. Welcome, Dean.
Thanks, Angie. So Rob is not available today. So as usual, I'm doing my best Rob Viglione impersonation. Rob is in New York, very actively talking Horizen strategy with our team, both on the strategy side, but also on the product side. So excited to hear what comes out of those meetings, and I'm sure it will be interesting and keeping us in line with our vision and really helping us succeed. So looking forward to that. What else? So, just hearing today's updates, engineering continues to plow forward. Really amazing what that team has done since the release of Zendu, just constantly pushing forward. My understanding from hearing inside intel directly from the team is that the tokenization platform is coming along fantastic, and that our EVM is moving forward even faster than expected. On the marketing side, Lucy was right. The BD team is getting a lot of interest from people who Lucy and her team spoke to at the conference. So thank you, Lucy. And hopefully those will result in lots of fruitful partnerships. Otherwise, I'd just say it's kind of business as usual. It's always something's always missing when Rob and in this case Rosario aren't here, and in fact our Milan team is missing. So it's a noticeable absence, but just want to say that things are moving forward. I'm very happy with the way things are moving forward, and I think over the next, let's say, 3 to 6 months, there's going to be some very big changes here for the positive. So I'll just end it there, and maybe we can jump through some of the questions.
All right. Yes, thank you so much, Dean. Okay, so let's see. The first question is, does Horizon keep a watchful eye on their competition? If so, which projects are viewed as the competition, and what measures are being taken to ensure Horizon comes out on top?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I guess I would just put competition in quotes because, there is so much open space in this industry, and things are growing so quickly that I don't think we really look at other chains as direct competition per se. And the industry is still fairly collaborative. So we're looking to partner with people in the industry and view them as potential partners versus competitors. With that said, of course, we are keeping a close eye on what everybody is doing in our industry. And I think if you had asked this question, in 2017, you'd get a different answer than you get today. Today, the ecosystem players that we most closely want to emulate would be like Avalanche or Cosmos, in that they are, main chain, side chain infrastructure projects that allow third parties to deploy blockchains. So I look at those two projects in particular as having a lot of similarities. I think you could also look more broadly at just general blockchain ecosystem players like Ethereum, Solana, etc. And what seems to be emerging for all of them, at least within the world of DeFi, is total value lock. I think we touched on this a few weeks ago. So we don't have our DeFi ecosystem launched yet. So from a DeFi perspective, our total value locked is still 0. Although Chronic correctly pointed out that we do have a lot of value locked in our node ecosystem, and that's true. But total value locked will be, I think, one of the key and first metrics that we look at when we launch our EVM and start to bring DeFi into the Horizen ecosystem. So that's one to pay attention to, and I think probably very closely will be closely monitored by.
Thank you so much, Dean. All right. The next question is, with a number of large projects succumbing to network outages and crippling speeds under load, how has Horizen ensured it won't suffer the same fate?
Yeah, another good question. So I think it's really interesting to talk a little bit about decentralization, and at the core, and really one of the fundamental purposes for Horizen, and part of the ethos that Rob and Rolf had when they launched Horizen back in 2017 was decentralization. And with a broad and decentralized node network, you don't have the same risk of network outage, that you do in a centralized system. And not to talk badly about other projects, but many other projects, and it's shocking to learn this, but many other quote unquote blockchain projects are running with one centralized node, or 9 centralized nodes. I recall recently there was a hack of the Ronin blockchain, and turned out that they were running 9 nodes, 5 of them, I think, from one entity. So Horizen has not suffered the same fate as many other blockchain projects because of our decentralization and our emphasis on decentralization. We have the largest node network in the industry, over, I think, 50,000 nodes at this point. And that's a testament to the vision that Rob and Rolf had back in 2017. In terms of crippling speeds under the load, I like that's very descriptive language. I think that all blockchains, as transactions increase, face bandwidth issues. And I know one of the one of the core reasons for having a main chain side chain infrastructure like we do is to solve the scaling issue that other blockchains have faced. And in particular, you look at Ethereum, and it's a victim of its own success. In the Horizen ecosystem, so we're tackling the scaling issue in a couple ways. First, we enable side chains, right? So a lot of the transactions can take place on side chains. They don't all have to happen on the main chain. And 2, I know even beyond that, our engineering team is looking at how to use zero knowledge to improve scalability, so that the time it takes to run a node and update a node is actually quite fast. So I think our engineering team is working on that issue, but I would say the core of our entire project aims to solve both of these issues. So whoever asked the question, thank you.
Thanks, Dean. And the third and final question is, in reference to last week's on discussing the why of what Horizen does, what was the general consensus with the team?
That's a good question. I don't know, or at least I wasn't privy to a detailed follow-up on that. So I know Rob gave a very impassioned speech, and I feel like this is a series of conversations, and that take place over long periods of time. But I think in general, everyone is moving forward with the same vision of what Horizen does, and why we're here, why we exist. And I think really, going forward, the vision will continue to be articulated and refined, right? It always changes. Again, if we asked what the vision was in 2017, it would be something different than what it is in 2022. And I assume it will be slightly different in 2025. So it's a constantly iterative process that depends on market conditions, the state of our technology, the size of our community, et cetera, et cetera. But I think in general, the team is aligned and moving forward with the goal of making Horizen the zero knowledge enabled network of blockchains.
And Dean, if I may, so actually, Rob and Rosario are right now here in our New York City office, and I am aware that these strategic discussions are literally happening as we speak. I was just part of just a little part of one of them, and really pretty interesting conversations going on right now. So yeah, so super excited, and please expect to hear a lot more on what's next and what's coming, because those discussions are literally happening this week and as we speak. So I think it's really interesting. All right, so short and sweet. I thank you everybody for being here with us each and every week. So this was our week